Rivian have just revealed their Q3 deliveries, which beat expectations. They're narrowing the gap to their annual delivery guidance, which is good news, but at the same time, still probably in a bit of trouble. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Let's be real here. Rivian need the R2 and the R3 to take off. Otherwise, they are dead in the water. However, they shared their completed tallies of EVs produced and deliveries for Q3 2025. And the results are not bad. Rivian shared their glimpse of Q3 2025 results, and the numbers for deliveries and production were on track for what they said. Rivian reported more than 13,000 deliveries in Q3 2025. In fact, 13,201 deliveries for the quarter, beating their own expectation of 12,955. They produced 10,700 vehicles, but they obviously had 2,500 in inventory that they were able to deliver to customers during the quarter. So they beat their expectations by 246. Not a big number, to be honest. Rivian has said that its annual guidance for deliveries was between 41,500 and 43,500. Now, interestingly, I just did a video reporting on Xpeng sales for the month of September. They delivered 41,000 vehicles, which was their first time to hit 40,000 or the above 40,000 mark. But that's for 1 month. Rivian say they'll deliver around 41,000 to 43,000 vehicles for the entire 12 months of this year. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. Anyway, Rivian set a date for its full release of its Q3 2025 financial results. We'll have those results on the 4th of November 2025. So what is the market saying about Rivian's numbers, their delivery numbers? Well, Rivian's stock price was sitting at $15.80 before the results were reported. It's now sitting at $13.50. So it's come down by a significant margin, to be honest, since these results were released. To be honest, investors don't appear to be particularly impressed. That's actually pretty common, though, for automakers to see their stock price go down, even if they deliver good numbers. Now, Rivian's stock price is interesting because when they first floated, they hit a high of 86 US dollars. And after that, they went down, 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 down until they hit a low of about $8 in April of 2024. Now, they've since rebounded to $15, but now they're down to about $13.50. And truthfully, I don't really understand why investors would invest in Rivian. They're likable. I like them. I mean, if you'd put them on the likability scale, they'd be my top 5 of likability companies, but just not my top 5 of companies I would be investing in. So shares of Rivian fell by around 8% in the morning session after the company narrowed its full year 2025 delivery forecast, or revealed it, I should say. The company adjusted its guidance to a range of 41 to 43,000 after their previous outlook was 40 to 46,000. So Rivian's 13,000 deliveries were a 32% increase that actually surpassed analyst estimates, meaning the numbers appear to be good based on the increase. But to be fair, Rivian's shares are extremely volatile and have had 31 moves greater than 5% over the past year. That's a lot. In that context, today's move indicates the market considers the news meaningful, but not something that would fundamentally change its perception of the business. Now, the truth is Rivian is under significant financial stress. Let's be real. And Rivian posted a net loss of $541 million in the first quarter of 2025 and $1.1 billion in the second quarter of this year. If you sum those up, their losses look to be about $1.64 billion in the first half of the year. Now, we know they also made a loss in the third quarter. We just don't know how much it was. But it's likely that Rivian's losses this year have exceeded $2 billion so far. So is Rivian in financial trouble? Well, yeah, very clearly. Their losses are large, they're persistent, and they're widening for 2025. They depend heavily on regulatory credit revenue and EV tax incentives, both of which are being phased out. Obviously, EV tax incentives have now ended. Rivian has been depending on regulatory credit revenue, much like Tesla did for a long time, and that credit revenue is being phased out as well by the Trump administration. Now, unfortunately, because Rivian don't really sell cars yet in Europe, they can't get access to the regulatory credit revenue that they could get in Europe. And they absolutely could take advantage of that if they were already selling cars there. They say that they're going to, but it hasn't happened yet. Input costs for Rivian are rising. There are pressures from rare earth material constraints, and tariffs are squeezing margins. They've had to revise upward their guidance for losses. In other words, widen their projected loss range for the full year. And they secured an equity investment from Volkswagen in mid-2025 of $1 billion, which was a sign they need external capital to sustain operations. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Volkswagen's investment was a sign of confidence. The Volkswagen Group believes in them. But the Volkswagen Group are kind of equally desperate themselves and, having their own struggles and issues. And as a result, they're trying to outsource a lot of stuff. They're outsourcing their platforms in China to SAIC and obviously also to XPeng and Xiaopeng, I should say. But I mean, really, the truth is that that $1 billion in cash will be burnt very, very quickly. Now, Rivian is facing some pretty serious viability risks unless it can sharply reduce costs, boost scale, or secure further funding. I don't see any of those things happening particularly soon. They might get some more funding from Volkswagen for the Scout brand. But all in all, I don't really see how Rivian could exist beyond 2030. At the current rate of sales, even if they double that, even if they triple that, it's still not enough to survive. But as I said, I want them to survive. I'm just trying to be objective here, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks for watching. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.